We're in the kitchen today as we kick off Midday with Faith Leung. Welcome.
Thank you.
And you are visiting us from Moonwalk.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Moonwalk before we get started here. What do you guys specialize in?
Well, we specialize in Chinese cuisine. We actually are really excited because we're featuring a lot of different items. Like last month, I think maybe the time before last, we made the barbecue ribs, which we've had on feature at the restaurant. We also are featuring a couple new items next month, actually. We're going to do some Hawaiian fried rice, some cheese wonton. So we're experimenting a little bit with Asian fusion, but we've had a really good response.
I need to make sure I pop down for cheese wonton. That
They're
sounds
really
incredible.
addicting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, I can't wait. But today, we're doing something a little different.
Yeah, we're making a more traditional of a dish. We're doing egg foo young. Actually very popular. A lot of people always ask me what egg foo young is, and I guess the best way to explain it is it's a Chinese omelet.
Okay.
Yeah, so you wouldn't eat this at breakfast, but you're gonna have it for dinner. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. A compromise.
Yeah. So we've got everything prepared. It's a very easy recipe. Now I'm just gonna turn this one off. That was just boiling for the sauce.
Yeah, it's boiling.
Yeah, and just be careful with this one because I actually just have it preheating
Okay, I'm ready.
to fry the eggs. So we're gonna do 4 eggs. So our ingredients go with the eggs, the cabbage, the mushrooms, carrots, onions, green peas, bean sprouts. We got oil for the cooking, and then for the flavor inside the omelet, we're gonna do salt, sugar, a bit of chicken bouillon, and then the potato starch to help hold it together. And then after the break, we're actually just gonna be making the gravy that actually goes on top of it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Bring it all together.
Yes. So the first thing we're gonna do here, we'll just take this bowl, move this over. Just be careful with this one here.
Still a little warm?
A little
And
bit
how
here.
many people will a 4-egg egg foo young feed?
We find it gives you about 4 pieces, so large pieces there. So depending if you have any other items that you'll be cooking, probably 1 or 2 people you'll be good for. Now we're known for really generous portions, so.
I was just thinking that. Okay, so that's probably at least 3 people then.
So I'll get you to grab the beater. Maybe if you can beat these
We're
eggs
gonna whisk
here
it
for
up?
me. Whisk it up.
Okay. How thoroughly?
Just like scrambled eggs.
Okay.
Perfect.
Do that.
So
I
you'll
was saying I'm better at baking than I am at cooking, but I take instruction well.
Perfect. So as you see, we're going to put in the vegetables here. We're choosing to do a mushroom egg foo young today, but other popular kinds that we have in the restaurant are the chicken egg foo young, house special egg foo young, chicken egg foo young. So it's really up to you what you want to choose.
Yeah, lots of options. You can kind of customize it.
Now we've boiled the cabbage a little bit just so it cooks a little bit better in the wok. All I'd say is after you boil the cabbage, just make sure you strain it a little bit. So I'm going to put this in here.
Let me mix it together?
Yes, please.
All right.
Mushrooms.
Blend it up. I feel like maybe I would have done better with a spoon.
I have one here.
There we go. We'll do that. I think that's going to work out better for me. Also, there's something very satisfying about all the little bowls. That's always my favorite.
You know what's funny is I really like shopping, but I find like as you get older, you have to buy more practical things.
Yes.
And I can't just buy, you know, this top or whatever it may be. You have to buy things for the
Always
house.
going for it, and it works the same with cooking?
Yeah. I get excited when I get a new pot.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
And then we put in the bean sprouts raw here. You'll just get a better texture at the end of it.
They'll stay kind of crisper?
Yeah. And then salt. So we're looking about ½ teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon sugar, and ½ teaspoon of the chicken bouillon.
And while we mix this up, where can people find Moonwalk?
So we have 2 locations, one on the North Shore, one in Aberdeen. So the North Shore is across from North Hills Mall.
Okay.
And then the one in Aberdeen is just across from Joey's Only.
Perfect. Nice and easy to find.
Yes. So the potato starch is to hold all the ingredients together.
Okay.
So we give that good mix. And I'll just turn up our frying pan a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, are we going to fit all of this in that little
No, we're going to have to do a few different ones.
Okay. What magic is this?
I know. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. I thought maybe you had some secret way to toss it that would make it all stay in there or something.
Wouldn't my stuff like that. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So I'm going to heat this up here, the oil.
Okay.
So you're just going to fry it until it's golden brown.
These are great colors that you have going on here.
Yeah. All right, now of course I'm in the wok here.
Okay. Yeah, we won't trust me with this part.
I'm sure we could trust you.
Occasionally I successfully cook. And do you want the flipper?
Yeah, so we won't flip it right away. We just need the egg to set a little bit here.
So you let it just kind of sit in the bottom of the pan there and...
Yeah, a couple minutes on each side, you're good. Because like these are vegetables, like we said, even the crispier vegetables, the cabbage, we've already pre-boiled them. So it's really just getting everything held together.
Okay.
Yeah. We can get a plate ready just so we can do a couple of those there.
Yeah, the important part, the plating part. Perfect.
So actually, sometimes it's the most challenging.
All right. So we'll be back in just a minute and we'll find out about the making of the sauce and see this beautiful dish when it's done with more Midday. Welcome back to Midday. We're cooking in the kitchen with Faith, who's visiting us from Moonwalk. So while we were in the commercial break, we folded that egg bouillon and started another one.
Yes. So we've been, because we're going to try to cook all three of them on here. We were actually just talking about some of the pressures of cooking on TV.
Yes, because I was trying to get her to go for it, like give it a flip in the air.
It's funny because when we cook at the restaurant, the equipment is so much bigger. So when you flip it, you know it's going to land in there.
You can do that. It's going to be hard to miss the pan.
I know. Here, I don't know if I could recover from the humiliation.
See, we need to try it in the commercial break to find out.
Yeah, and I like laughing, but I guess more at other people then.
It's not as much fun when everyone's laughing at you. So are we going to do our third one?
We'll put the third one here.
Hey, I have to say, if you're saying that this is for 2 people, I mean, this is already enough for at least 3 people as far as I'm concerned. So generous portions at Moonwalk.
Yeah.
And we were talking, you guys have some renovations going on at the North Shore location as well.
Yeah, the North Shore is actually just about to finish the renovation. And I know it seems like it's a long time because I feel it too, actually.
Yeah.
But honestly, when I go in, and even for me, I see a little bit done each day. It's really exciting. Like we're doing a new banquet room for the North Shore.
That's
and it can seat about 38 people. But the wallpaper they have in there is amazing.
And that's a good thing for people to know, because often people are looking for banquet spaces and that number of people, Christmas parties. Or
we do find that a lot in Kamloops, actually. Yeah. There's a lot of associations, and they're kind of mid-sized, right? So sometimes it's not unreasonable, I guess, but it's difficult to go rent a banquet space for $200, $300, right? And this way we have something here that's accessible for everyone.
Awesome. Okay, so bear that in mind when you have functions coming up. Moonwalk. So, and of course, you may book for 30, but they're feeding you for 50.
So we're just letting this one cook here, but we've had some water here on boil. So we have about a cup of water. We're making a gravy. So that's why, you know, if you're like me, you're not used to cooking in a small pan and your omelet looks a little bit funny, it's okay because we've got a little bit of sauce. Just gonna pour on top. Everything will work out at the end.
Everything is better with sauce.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the oyster sauce. And we're just gonna put it all. You know, this is a very easy sauce. You know, it's not like, I tried making a roux once, it's pretty funny.
Wasn't quite as successful?
Put, once again, a teaspoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt. Doesn't look like it wants to come out. Yeah. Just let it come to a boil. We got sesame oil. And once again, with the sesame oil, just put a few drops in. Okay. Right?
It'll take over?
Yeah, if you put too much on, it's really too overpowering. I'm not going to lie. You won't want to eat it after the smell.
A little much.
And then remember the mushroom soy sauce. The mushroom soy sauce is more for coloring rather than for taste.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Right. Okay, and then we have the potato starch. And like we've gone over in the past recipes, don't put too much in at once because it'll get too thick.
Right. You want it to spread evenly?
Do you want to try to flip that one there?
Oh, I don't know. Do I? What were you just talking about being humiliated on live TV? Is that what you were saying? So just fold it in half? Is that basically what it is? Pretty full. I would say that was half successful. Could have been more.
You know, as long as...
I have an escapee.
No worries. So for the sauce, you just put a little bit in at a time, actually, until it gets thick. I'm just going to borrow this one here.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, and I'm just going to turn it down here. So as you can see, the gravy is very easy to make. Actually, it's pretty much done here. Yeah. Wow. So it's pretty much just an oyster and soy sauce base. We'll just flip this one here a little bit more here.
Oh, I was supposed to flip it all the way over. I did a half flip.
I know. I was hoping you'd kind of throw it up in the air too.
It's not too late. Should we just take it in? See if we can hit the lights above us. See, Marcel?
He's like, I'm not cleaning it up.
Don't do that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as it lands on the camera. So we got the third pancake here. Okay. This will put on top. Actually, you know what? This is our best one.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
You're hired.
Yay, teamwork.
Right.
All right. That is a big plate of food.
Yeah, and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna drizzle a little bit of sauce. Actually, I'm gonna grab the cloth here.
Yes, good idea.
I know. I mean, I guess I could just run away afterwards, but
add our flavor.
You probably don't want me back.
We always want you back. Always.
All right, so we have the egg foo young here, the gravy on top with a little bit of a garnish, and then you've got your very big dinner.
It smells incredible. All right, and like you said, you can mix it up and add different things in. If you didn't want to do the mushrooms, you could do some kind of a protein.
Yeah, actually, you know, this recipe here, if you don't put the egg foo young sauce on and you keep it to a mushroom egg foo young, it's actually gluten-free.
Oh.
Yeah, so we get a lot of requests. It's one of the biggest requests we have at the restaurant is that...
What can I have if I'm gluten-free?
Yeah, it's, you know, you don't realize how much it impacts people till, you know what, every third customer who comes in is literally telling you they're gluten-free.
Yeah, and anything like a soy sauce or so many things have gluten in them that you don't realize too.
Yeah, we have soy sauce that you can have on the side that's gluten-free. That's not a problem at all, but we carry over 40 items that are gluten-free.
Okay.
So this is very easy to make, especially if you're gluten-free. You can do it with mushrooms, the shrimp, the chicken. Just keep the sauce on the side because maybe one of your guests like it.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Thanks so much. Tell people one more time where they can find Moonwalk.
You find us North Shore, right across from North Hills Mall, and Aberdeen, right across from Joey's Only. We hope everyone will stop by, check out the new renovations, and check out some of the new menu items.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, and I can't wait to eat lunch. We'll be back with more Midday in just a moment.